lot to us. We're going to get started with a question that I had emailed out to the candidates, just so they could talk to us a little bit about their personal experiences with the arts. So the question was, what was the most memorable experience that you had growing up with arts and culture? And how has that impacted your understanding of the role the arts play in the community?
Hi there, my name is Alan Ferdman. I really had to chuckle when I saw this question, because what it reminded me of was years ago when I was much younger, about 17, I dated a young lady who ended up being a CalArts alumni, and whose father, William Hertz, was also at one time an animator for Disney. And at the time he was working on a show which was new then, which was Rocky and His Friends. And we would go over there to watch it with the neighbors and some of our friends. And what we noticed was that we all liked the show, but in some cases we saw that the adults would laugh at things that we had no clue why they were laughing. And so if I ever tell you the Sonny Tough joke, we can talk about it later. But anyway, the thing that it's demonstrated to me, and the thing that it left me with, that I thought about for a long time afterwards, especially watching my children do the same thing, watch shows and enjoy them, was that one piece of art, whatever it happens to be, can have a vastly different impact on very many people. And you end up being able to have a positive effect and get a lot of enjoyment and see it from a totally different perspective. So I'm very happy we're having this arts forum. I really am anxious to talk about some of the events that we can make happen. And thank you very much for being here.
So my question is, what 3 things would you do to deepen the city's investment in its creative economy? Meaning the cultural tourism, indirect and direct jobs in the arts, both nonprofit and for-profit, the entertainment industry as well as our nonprofit arts and culture.
Well, I look at the arts issues very broadly. I think it was I was very much appreciative when I heard you talk about design, because I think that it goes all the way from the performing arts that we're talking about through design of buildings, designs of structures, things that make our area pop out from other places. So if we start from the beginning and we talk about what the council is doing, and I think the formation of the Arts Commission was an excellent start, but at the same time I think that the Arts Commission needs truly to be empowered to be able to go out and research and find out those kind of things that they think will bring more of the performing arts and so forth into our city, and I would hope that the council would support them. At the same time, I looked at, I was, a couple years ago, I came into Scottsdale, Arizona for the first time from the California side, and I looked at all of the artwork that was on the overpasses, underpasses on the freeway, and you had that, oh my God moment, look at that. I mean, that really pops out at you. And I think we need to do similar things. We need to look at what it'll take so that we have art everywhere we look, whether it's in the whether it's actually in an art gallery, or it's out on the street, or it's in any business venture that we have, whether it be building architecture. It should all pop to us as being a good artistic endeavor. And that way, people will come here because they're going to want to see it. And we could promote tourism in that way. So let's think about art in a very broad perspective, and let's carry it forward in everything we do every day.
So consequently, my next question is, as a member of the Santa Clarita City Council, how would you champion modifications to or expansion of the city's current funding stream for local arts and culture?
Well, money is always important. It's hard to get anything done without money. But in this case, we're really not talking about money, we're talking about creativity. And creativity has to come first. I think we've witnessed just within the last year what happens when the administration says, here's X amount of dollars. Go find me art for the center of the Newhall Roundabout. Here's X amount of dollars. Go find me art to put in media. And both proposals summarily got rejected. So the idea is we need creativity We need people that are willing to go out and come up with those kind of projects that we need to do to enhance the art system. And then it will be up to the city council to find out how to fund it. So I say it's not money that comes first in arts that comes because of it. I say it's creativity that creates art and creates those kind of pleasurable experiences, and then we need to find a way to pay for it. So let's not get mired down in the fact that that we don't have enough money. Let's empower our Arts Commission to be able to go out and find those kind of projects that we need. Find those kind of projects that the community will support. And then I'm sure we'll find a way to fund it.
So my question is, to you is, what do you believe that the role of the city council should be in supporting the broader regional development and Santa Clarita's place within LA County?
You know, this is an excellent question. When I first went to work in a very high-tech aerospace industry here in California, everything happened here in California. People would talk about, I would get calls from outside the area and say, could you get me this or that? Because it wasn't available anywhere else. And what I watched is as companies have left California for a varying number of reasons, all due in many cases to regulations, high taxes, too much red tape, and the kinds of things that they could get a better deal somewhere else. So from our city council, we definitely need to be the kind of proactive group that looks to minimize the amount of red tape in the city. Reduce our fees and charges absolutely to the minimum necessary. I keep hearing everybody talk about how Disney's coming here. They're in the county, they're not in the city. I don't see them jumping to come in the city. What we need to do is we need to make Santa Clarita the most attractive place we can for business here. We have the Burmite area, which certainly could be used as footprints for industries that need a larger area to deal with. We've heard complaints from our small businesses that said it's too hard to get through the permitting process. We need to streamline our processes. Everything that we can do to bring businesses here to Santa Clarita to make sure that they have the best possible deal we can give them, and that's part of what the City Council needs to support.